county and national levels to steer the country to better management of our resources, to building an economy that works not just for a few, but for the majority, and especially those who are disadvantaged in our society. This is the third transition since independence and the second after the 2010 Constitution dispensation. It is therefore imperative that as a young democracy, we endeavor to strengthen the culture of constitutionalism and the rule of law as a necessary foundation for stability and progress. Term limits are prescribed to create opportunity for participation and diversity in the management of our affairs, while periodic elections afford an opportunity for citizens to exercise their right to determine who governs them and who to entrust with the management of their affairs. We should therefore ensure that we not only adhere to the Constitution with regard to transition, but also we entrench a tradition where the people's right to choice is respected by the holding of free and fair elections, not sham elections. We need elections that comply with all the constitutional safeguards and legal imperatives. Our institutions, especially the IEBC, the courts, and our security agencies, political parties, and I extend this to candidates, their supporters, and indeed all stakeholders. We all have a role to play and a duty to ensure that the people's voice counts, and that can only come when we respect people's choices and not manipulate them. We should never again hear of vifaranga via computer. We have an individual as well as a collective duty to safeguard our young democracy, and especially our voice on who governs. Hear ye all. We still stand to suffer when our choices are trashed. By participating in electoral malpractices, we sign away our rights to better health, to jobs, and indeed to better public services, and even to accountability by leaders. My call, and NARC Kenya's call, is to us collectively as a nation and individually to do our best to safeguard the people's voice. You, who will be given that responsibility as a returning officer, as a presiding officer, as a polls clerk. You to whom we entrust our security, as a police officer, as senior security agents, as chiefs. You who is a candidate or a candidate supporter, we are appealing to each one of us. Take up your duty. You may be happy for a while when you foul elections, but know that for 5 years you will suffer along with us. Let us therefore go forth with zeal and preach this message to the nation, that our fate is in our hands and we've got to do better than we have done before to make our elections indeed free and fair, to make the people's voices count. NARC Kenya believes that our country is suffering a serious deficit of good leadership, and the citizens have a serious deficit of trust on the leaders. That is why we have added to our rallying call the phrase uongozi bora. We really need uongozi bora. And we need to choose leaders not merely because they belong to your political party, but because you believe and trust that those leaders are fit to hold the offices they seek, and that they will put their own interests behind and place public interest in front. We therefore, as a party, although we would want as many NARC Kenya candidates elected, we have boldly stated, assess each one of our candidates and assess each one of the candidates any party presents and elect only leaders who are fit for office, leaders you can trust. We are therefore reminding you of your duty to elect good governance or a good government at the county level. Remember, devolution brought the government nearer to you. It devolved health services which are dear to you, agriculture, infrastructure, and many more. If you do not elect a good MCA for your ward, a good governor for your county, which equals to the county government, you will suffer even when you have elected a president of your choice. And I always give the example of Kirinyaga. I contrast it with Makueni. In Central Kenya last elections, Kirinyaga included, we sang ourselves hoarse, Tano Tena, and we elected President Uhuru to the last person. Yet, we are suffering with a deterioration in services, especially health services, if I were to speak about Kirinyaga. Look at Makueni. At that time, they were supporting Raila or NASA, so they were saying, NASA how? Walikuwa wananasa watu wa Jubilee. Yet, today, or during this final term of President Kenyatta, they have enjoyed excellent health services and other amenities because of electing a man of principle, Kiongozi Bora, by the name of Governor Kibwana, and good MCAs. So it doesn't matter who is president. One signature by the president sends money to all 47 counties simultaneously. A president cannot come to work at the county level. He belongs, or she belongs, to the national. So if you do not elect a good governor, good MCAs, even when you have elected a president of your choice, you're done. Services will never come to you. So please, let us begin at the county level, elect national leaders, MPs, and elect a good president. Don't elect based on the party. Elect based on the qualifications of the person who is required, asking you for that seat. We need, as a party, we recognize that a government is as good as the political party that forms it, or political parties that form it. If a party is chaotic, it forms a chaotic government. If a party does not respect its constitution and our country's constitution, rigs elections, that party will even rig your economy. Please, this is a time to observe the behavior of political parties. So as you give mandates to candidates and to parties, please choose wisely so that we do not suffer. We at NARC Kenya promise to practice what we preach, and I'm therefore urging party delegates and all party members, please don't let us down. Walk the talk, be people of principle, and put the interests of the public ahead of yours. When we are seeking partnership with our OCA partners and others like-minded, we'll be looking for people, and we are looking for people who share on our core values so that we can walk this walk together. And I'm glad you've given us permission to go ahead and seek friendships and conclude agreements with either a coalition or coalitions. I assure you, under my watch as your national chair, we will not abuse the trust you have placed upon us. We are going to be very careful and to report to you what we have done. As a social democratic party, we believe in social justice for everyone. And therefore, because I hear people always asking, what is your economic model? The economic model we favor as a party is an economic model that embraces social justice. And in modern terms, it is being called social market economy. It means you have freedom to do your business, but there is regulation to ensure that you are not unfair to others, and to ensure that there is equality of opportunity to a majority. And that is what we believe in. Whatever economic model a party chooses, you will not be able to implement any of the lofty ideals you give to the people unless if you gather the for the benefit of the people. NARC Kenya pledges that either alone or together with partners, we will continue to hold these ideals dear and to make sure that we do not deviate from them. Our Constitution, as I conclude, Article 43, actually obliges anyone who governs this country to take the path of social justice. Article 43 is on economic and social rights. It has been partly and badly implemented. When we implement it fully, because I believe NARC Kenya, with its partners, will get a chance to implement, Kenyans will get access to quality good health. Kenyans will get access to shelter, access to adequate food. Kenyans will get their basic needs like education, and we will be able to take care of the disadvantaged in society. An economy that cares for the people will not only grow, but will expand and have more job opportunities so that our children, who we have painfully educated, can get opportunities either to enter the job market or to become entrepreneurs. We don't want an economy that grows in the pockets of a few while the rest are languishing in poverty. That is what social justice demands, an economy that works for all. We are therefore urging all of us in Kenya, beyond our parties, beyond our collaborators, let us hold hands together and liberate our country, our people from exclusion, so that those who are not able to get their daily bread are cushioned, so that everybody can participate in nation building. In conclusion, I want to urge the youth not to despair. Remember that vote in your hands can change your life. If collectively you choose good leadership, you liberate yourself from joblessness and from despair, because so many of our children are taking their own lives because of despair. So many people are languishing in poverty. To our youth, please hold on. Utilize that vote and let us do it. To my generation, as the parents of the youth, let us do this for our children. We cannot let this situation continue. We've got to do the right thing this time. It is our civic duty. I want to thank my fellow party leaders in Oka and other friends, my friend and age mate, I'll repeat, Dr. Mukisha Kitui, for coming. And since we are in talks, I know that eventually we are all going to stand together and together with other Kenyans and to keep our doors open. A lesson I learned from the Kibaki era: when people knock on your door, open the doors. Do not only mind what a person was yesterday, mind what they are today. We are human beings and we can change. Therefore, our doors are not closed to anybody who knocks, so long as we sit down and we verify that moving forward, you will now stand on the ideals that we hold dear. I want to assure the NARC Kenya family that we will continue to uphold our constitution and the country's constitution, to assure also my fellow leaders present here and Kenyans that we will do our best, standing on this historic Ufungamano ground, where the revolution that brought multipartyism back began. This is where we stand today, to promise Kenyans that this journey of ensuring that each Kenyan gets their right is continuing, and we proclaim that in this historic Ufungamano ground. Asante sana. Mubarikiwe. Na tukitoka hapa, tunaomba tukiwa na wageni wangu, tutaelekea kwa tent. Wenzetu wamejaa kwa tent na tulikuwa tuende kwa tent. Tutaenda tu kuwasalimia, wasikae kama tuliwasahau. So you are hearing me, you can see me at the tent. Hold on, we will be coming. And because of other party arrangements, when I and the guests take our leave, please come back for housekeeping. Tuko na mambo yetu, otherwise known as housekeeping. Asanteni, mbarikiwe, and the best to us as a country.